you get sick and tired of coming up with new meal ideas to feed the family, then this video is definitely for you. I'm going to take you through some of my favourite things that I cook for my family of 5, which includes 3 hungry teenage boys. I'll show you everything from homemade, everything from scratch recipes, to lazy cheat meals for those days that you just don't feel like cooking. So let's go and have a look at some of the things we've eaten this week. So I'm just doing tonight's dinner, and we've got my mum and Steve's mum over, as well as us 5. So I don't actually know what I've made. So it was starting off to be a creamy chicken and broccoli pasta. So I started off with my usual tins of Campbell's condensed chicken soup and pasta, broccoli and some chicken breast. The chicken breast I actually did in the air fryer, and I seasoned it with garlic granules, onion granules and some dried coriander, and then I did that in the air fryer on quite a low heat because this is going to continue cooking in the oven. To my chicken soup base I've added a chicken stock cube. I put some coconut and lime seasoning that I got in Marks and Spencer's, and I also put some chicken seasoning. I've added some smoked paprika and some lime juice, some black pepper and some Parmesan cheese. So that's what's in this one. And then in the one for my mum, I've got a bechamel sauce that I had from when I made lasagna, broccoli, pasta, and I've also added some of the same seasoning, so some smoked paprika, some Parmesan, a little bit of the coconut and lime seasoning. And I'm just going to top these with loads and loads of grated cheese, pop them in the oven, and then hopefully they're going to taste good. Oscar has just come home from school and tasted them. He said they taste really good, so sometimes when you just keep cooking and cooking, you just start to doubt whether anything's actually going to taste like you want it to, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it's going to be good. I'll show you one when I plate them up. So for tonight's dinner we have got a chicken thigh curry with rice and with rice and naan bread. I've just done an indie grand curry sauce. Cooked the chicken thighs, I seasoned them with a little bit of salt and pepper and some medium curry powder. Then I added the indie grand sauce and half of an Aldi one as well, just to like mix it in. That's because that's what I had. Done the rice in the pressure cooker as always, and it comes out perfectly every time. I will never not do it in a pressure cooker. And little garlic and coriander naans, I think they're from Lidl. I just put them in the toaster, pop them down twice, and that is what is for dinner tonight. So I'm thinking of making a soup today. I really fancy a nice wintry chicken, maybe chicken noodle soup, I'm not sure, but I'm going to cook the chicken in my air fryer. So I've taken the crisper plates out, and I've actually put some onions and carrots in the bottom, turned it upside down. I'm going to give it about half an hour on this side and then turn it over and give it another half an hour, and then I'm going to take all the chicken off the bone. And I'm probably going to make some stock with the bones as well, so I'll either put them in the slow cooker or just boil them in a pan, and I can add the onions and carrots and bits to that, or put them in the soup. So I'm going to pop this in. I think I'm going to do it on around 180, and yeah, just flip it in half an hour. So I took all the meat off of my chicken, and I've put the carcass, the skin, the bones, everything else in my pressure cooker. I've also added some herbs from the garden, so we've got some fresh parsley, a couple of bay leaves. There's some Thai basil in here that I haven't used up yet and needs to be used. I've chopped half an onion, a couple of carrots and some frozen garlic, and then I'm just going to top this up with water, and I'm going to let it pressure cook on high for about 45 minutes to an hour. Apparently, because the pressure cooker operates at such a high temperature, it forces the steam into the bones, the actual carcass of the chicken, better than if you were to boil it. So you get more of the good like collagen and all the flavours and everything out. So I'm going to pop this on now, and then I can drain the fat off and get to making my soup. My stock has been in for an hour, and it looks really good as far as stock can look. Really nice dark colour, and it smells really nice. So yeah, I'm going to get this out, and I think I'm going to let it cool overnight in the fridge, and then I can just scrape the fat off the top. It's much easier that way, and I think I'll make my soup tomorrow. So it's now the next day, and I'm just starting my soup, and what I've done is I've skimmed the fat off the top of my stock. Just turn it down a little bit. Skim the fat off the top of the stock, and I'm actually using that to saute the carrots and the onions. just soften them a little bit. I'm also going to add some garlic in when this has been in for about 5 minutes or so, and I'm going to pop in my stock. I'm going to add sweet corn and some lemon juice. I'm probably going to add some orzo or something, whatever I've got in my pasta cupboard. And then I'm going to see if it needs any more like flavourings, whether I need to put a stock pot in there. I've got white wine stock pot I might add as well. And yeah, I'm just going to soften this down, but the stock came out really well. It's really nice and dark and full of flavour, so probably won't need to add very much at all. So I've thrown in some garlic and my onions are starting to caramelise. So what I'm going to do now is add in my stock. See how dark brown that is. So my soup is now finished. I added orzo, chicken, sweet corn. I put in one of the OXO aromatic Asian stock pots. I put in a chicken stock cube. What else did I put in here? So a little bit of cayenne pepper because I like a little bit of spice. I've let it sit for a while, and although it's still hot, it's not like boiling now. The orzo has really thickened it up, and this just looks like perfect winter. It is absolutely freezing here today, so this is like perfect winter warming chicken and orzo soup. I also put a massive squeeze of lime juice, all that lovely stock that I made. And yeah, I'm actually going to have a bowl of this now. Well, I'm not, because I never eat soup out of a bowl. I always have it in a mug. So I'm going to have a mug of this now for my lunch. So for tonight's dinner, I have made a pork savoury mince, basically like a shepherd's pie kind of filling, with onion, peas, loads of gravy, stock, a little bit of Marmite in there, and some tomato puree. Then I've done some air fryer purple sprouting broccoli. So I just put this in a bag with a tablespoon of vegetable oil. Then I added garlic granules and salt. And I've just tossed it around and then let it sit while I was cooking the rest of it. Popped it in the air fryer on 190 for 10 minutes. So it's gone nice and crispy. And this is what we've got for dinner tonight. So for dinner tonight I have made Hunter's chicken. So we've got chicken breast wrapped in smoked bacon with some barbecue sauce, and then I give that 10 minutes in the air fryer. Then I go in with the grated cheese on top and give them another 10 minutes at about 200 degrees, and they come out lovely and sticky. Look, all that barbecue sauce was really caramelised on there, and the bacon's gone crispy. And then I had leftover rice, so I've just done some egg fried rice, soy sauce, smoked paprika, garlic granules, and rice and eggs. And that's about it. So this is what we're having for dinner tonight.
It's what you do.